Okay, good evening everyone, and certainly welcome all our residents who are listening online. And tonight's meeting is the presentation of the 2023 budget. So with that, I will now turn the meeting over to Councillor Laura Crowley, who's the co-chair on the Corporate Services Committee, and she will present our upcoming budget.
Thank you, Mayor. Your Worship, Mayor Gooby, fellow councillors, staff, residents of the Town of Holyrood, tonight, as co-chair of Corporate Services and Administration Committee, I am pleased to deliver the 2023 budget for the Town of Holyrood. Council has been engaged in the budget process for several months, where we dedicated time to reviewing our activities and initiatives within the town and looked at where we needed to be for the year ahead. The budget process is a balance of needs and wants. Nice to have and have to have. It is a time when, as a council, along with senior staff, we plan for the future of this great town, ensuring our residents have access to the best possible services and programs. As we try to find ways to ensure we are providing the necessary services and programs, there's always a challenging balance to achieve. How do we grow our town and create a community of hope for future generations without causing hardship to present residents? How do we move our services and programs to a higher level of reliability and sustainability? And how do we ensure your children and grandchildren have the opportunity to stay here in Holyrood to live, learn, work, play, and invest? The dilemma is real, and we as a council have listened attentively to you, the residents. We have worked closely with our staff, and we have deliberated extensively during this budget process. The realities in the world around us are challenging. The economic times, created in part by the pandemic and the rising costs of goods and services across every sector of society, are affecting every aspect of everyday living. Gas prices, food, interest rates, medical requirements, all these items are the real reality that your council considered when we looked at options for generating revenue and determining expenditures. Council is not immune to these rising costs, and just as every household has seen the escalation in costs of goods and services, so too has the town. The cost to provide essential services and operate the town daily has seen exponential growth, so we are very much aware of the present demand on everyone's dollar. Residents, friends, neighbors, we cannot be driven by fear. We must stay committed to building our town as a strong, innovative community of engaged residents working towards a vibrant, sustainable community. As your council, we are committed to our responsibility to provide our residents with safe, dependable, efficient, and effective services and programs. Tonight, we present our budget for 2023 with an increase of 1/2 mill rate on residential property, bringing the mill rate for 2023 to 7 mills from the present 6.5 mil. Business property increases of 1 mil from 11 mil to 12 mil. There are also several classes of businesses tax which have increased. The 2023 budget also sees a 10% increase in water and sewer fees and an increase in other permit fees. This budget is based on the reality set by the present condition of the world we live in. Holyrood has enjoyed a no tax change budget for a number of years because of the economics that enable the town to provide services and programs within the financial capacity of that present rate. This year, however, we've seen a very different dynamic in the economic conditions, and therefore your council must respond with prudence and practicality. Council continues to review its spending, evaluate its programming, and make decisions about what we would like to do and what we would like to have versus what we need to ensure we are serving residents with safe, dependable services. We are committed to working with our staff from all departments to deliver solid, affordable programming and safe, reliable services. You, the residents, expect and deserve nothing less. My council members and I want to see our community grow, succeed, and thrive. We want our infrastructure to be modern, safe, and sustainable. We want our residents to work at jobs they love that help them provide for their families. We want them to be able to move around their Holyrood safely and easily. In an effort to ensure we deliver these services to our residents, council and staff have carefully crafted a plan to position Holyrood for the future through fostering innovative business development. We believe we need to support our present local businesses while looking to invite new businesses to our town to expand the business community. Small business is the backbone of our community. We need to celebrate the businesses we have, and we need to entice new opportunities to come join us. Our business development strategy has 2 lines of action. First, we need all our local businesses to register in the town. Our Department of Business Development and Marketing Department is committed to support them through information sharing, funding application assistance, workshops with various disciplines, and awareness initiatives related to government funding programs to help them sustain and grow their business. The second line involves promoting new business development. There's a concerted effort to identify ways in which we capture more business activity from the initiatives happening in our harbor to ensure the town benefits from the activity there, and that we're just not a stopgap for business growth outside the community. We are working with our valued partner, Marine Institute, to find new ways to collaborate and ensure the Town of Holyrood is the benefactor of the activities at the launch and the Dr. Arthur May Research Center. The activities resulting from the presence of Marine Institute must positively affect the overall condition of our town. Council and staff are working tirelessly to ensure that happens. The Blue Ocean Industrial Park is now complete with a road network and the construction of its first new building complete with a laydown area. We are anticipating several applications for bills in 2023 as tenants are presently getting their electricity and other utilities in place. These initiatives are creating new economic activity, the opportunity for new jobs for our residents, and the intake of new business taxes, which will fuel service delivery capability in all sectors. The Town of Holyrood is presently engaged in a municipal plan review. The Holyrood Municipal Plan is Council's comprehensive policy document for the management of growth within the municipal planning area over the 10-year planning period. This municipal plan will be updated in accordance with the requirements of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000. This process will include discussions with council and staff, a status review of the latest socioeconomic factors affecting the municipality, a review of impacts of development and the potential for growth and change, infrastructure, and the provision of public services. Other relevant factors that may arise, including climate change, and consultation with residents and stakeholders. Planning and Development continues to work with our town planner to help identify the zoning requirements within town. The town plan review, which we hope will be presented to residents for public consultation in mid-year 2023, will allow Holyrood to grow in an organized manner which will contribute to the overall long-term sustainability of the town. As Planning and Development Committee continues to consider various developments, both residential and commercial, they look to improve town regulations to ensure that all new development meets the required town standards. The Infrastructure and Public Works Department continues to focus on the safety of residents as we provide safe and reliable services to residents. Keeping the water running in our taps, our sewer system operational, and our roads safe for vehicular and pedestrian traffic is a huge undertaking. It requires human resources, equipment, and a dedicated plan. These are the 3 areas of infrastructure and public works which our council have exercised its due diligence and work closely with our senior staff to ensure we are delivering the basic services while creating the opportunities to improve service delivery. We must not only provide a service today, but we must also look to the future and take concrete, deliberate steps to ensuring the continuation of present services as well as improve services into the future. Council is looking to its asset management strategy to identify the age and lifeline of our infrastructure. We know that the pipes in the ground are aging and will become problems if we do not address them and prepare to replace them. We must look to expanding to what already exists to ensure we are servicing as many residents as possible. These steps which your council are taking will greatly benefit the town as we continue to improve old infrastructure and begin a program which allows us to set aside annual funds for asset integrity and renewal programs. This year, the Infrastructure and Development improved its ability to provide safe roads for traffic by investing in a new truck and plow for snow clearing. This new vehicle will arrive early 2023. Although the rain has taken care of our snow issues so far, winter remains a concern, and we need to be properly prepared for winter weather, and we must ensure our town has the equipment required to keep people safe as they commute using our road system. The department has also improved its fleet with an addition of 2 new pickup trucks needed to ensure access to the various sites of infrastructure requiring intervention. These vehicles are extremely important as the public works staff continue their efforts to keep our facilities in the best possible condition for residents and others to enjoy. Our boardwalk, festival grounds, Holy Cross Park, soccer field, and other recreational areas all require maintenance and care. Our public works staff are second to none in their attention and care of these areas. They ensure that when you show up to an event, the event space is safe and welcoming, that you and your family can enjoy the various activities in a stress-free venue. Water is the #1 priority for the Town of Holyrood, and Council is pleased to say that we are investing over $7 million to improve the water and sewer availability in this town. For years, the town has struggled with continuous water supply. We look to the growth of our town and new and exciting business community we hope to develop. However, we must be confident that our water supply can support growth, both residential and business. Previous councils have looked at our water issues and researched possible solutions, including solutions such as St. John's Regional Water Supply and others. But finally, we believe we have found a solution within our own boundaries. Using a source from Island Pond, the town has an improvement plan to establish a new water treatment plant at the water source at North Arm River, which can supply the town and support growth. We have a new water tank in the design and build phase, which will be built in 2023, and will provide assurance that residents will have access to continued safe, reliable water for their homes. Infrastructure and Public Works continue to work on our road system by completing ditching and installing culverts to improve water drainage. The department continues to identify and improve areas of the road network which requires attention, and the department has developed a priority list for improvements. The cost associated with these improvements has increased dramatically, and we continue to look for cost-effective ways of getting your work done. Your council will continue to keep its cost-effective lens on these activities as we move into 2023 to continue with products that improve the lives of residents. Our youth demand that we take action now to ensure the longevity of the world as we know it and provide them with the assurance of a future when they become community leaders. The Town of Holyrood is committed to becoming stewards of good environmental decisions. We are seeking ways to enable a more harmonious relationship with our environment. Infrastructure and Public Works, through their Environmental Health Division, have begun an assessment of our buildings to find new ways of efficient, safe energy use. We are evaluating ways of reducing our emissions and positively affecting our carbon footprint. We continue to promote recycling and implore residents to compost when and where possible. Together, we can make a difference, but it takes an effort on everyone's part. There's no denying that the Town of Holyrood presents an extensive recreational program. The Department of Recreation and Community Events have established a wide range of activities and events for residents of all ages and abilities. The town hosted 4 major festivals in 2022, in a time period where people needed to be engaged after 2 years of pandemic and isolation. The events were well planned and well executed, giving residents an opportunity to truly engage with each other and experience life at its best. The town provided a great summer program, which included a solid soccer program involving a greater number of participants than in previous years. This growth is evidence that Holyrood has developed a program which is benefiting the children involved in that sport. Our summer Camp Ahoy had another tremendous year, as well as our Holy Cross Park. Our youth counselors and support staff at the park are to be commended for their hard work and their commitment to their summer positions. Holy Cross Park is a diamond in the rough here in Holyrood. We have certainly opened the park to new audiences by improving the infrastructure. However, much remains to be completed. Lighting, trail development, a performance area as well as improved parking are all areas we need to address. This budget will not get us to where we need to go for this year, but Council remains committed to looking at alternate ways of funding and expanding services at the park. Our new soccer field is ready for use, and we have indeed received the bleachers, nets, and seating, which will all be installed in the spring. We're also looking to outfit the soccer hut through this budget. The town will continue its development of the multi-courts and hope to complete the construction in 2023. The Recreation Department relies heavily on government funding to achieve its goals and to ensure residents can enjoy various programs at cost-effective level to individuals to ensure equal access. The town will continue to seek such programming to ensure participation for everyone who wants to avail of it. Recreation is a key component of healthy living. COVID-19 made it abundantly clear that our physical activity and interpersonal contact are key components of good physical and mental health. Our programs are diverse and far-reaching. There are programs for seniors, youth, adults, and children. We have allowed for diversity amongst us, and yet we have created an opportunity for everyone. For the Holyrood Fire Department, 2022 has certainly been a historic year with much progress, growth, and advancement. 2022 has broken our record for emergency calls with 167 emergency calls for services as of December 13, 2022. That is over a 25% increase compared to last year. It has certainly been a busy year with incident calls, community events, and a lot of great in-house training, plus many training courses both in-house and provincially. These programs range from fire instructor, fire inspector, pumper driver operator, to mental health first aid, as well as electric vehicle safety course. Along with these courses, members have also completed 36 3-hour in-house training sessions throughout the year, along with a full weekend of training with fire training associates out of New Brunswick to stay current with the evolving fire service. This year, for the first time in our department's history, we also have members at the instructor level at the Provincial Fire Training School. In 2022, Holyrood Fire Department and the St. John's Regional Fire Department established a response agreement with the Town of Holyrood, further building our great working relationship and allowing the Holyrood Fire Department to avail of special response equipment and personnel when required. The Holyrood Fire Department has completed approximately 24 fire and life safety inspections throughout our response district. HFD has also conducted many fire safety talks to various community groups and organizations. During Fire Prevention Week, the department also held an open house to highlight the fire station, its members, and some of our equipment and trucks. Volunteering in the fire service is certainly rapidly changing with increased call volumes and decreasing amount of readily available volunteer firefighters. The current standards and training requirements also pose challenges for volunteers. Holyrood Fire Department strives to offer the best service possible to our residents and public within our response district at their time of need. We are very fortunate to have 4 full-time firefighters in the daytimes throughout the Monday to Friday work week, when a majority of volunteers are away from town working themselves. In 2023, we hope to strengthen this commitment and ensure there are always 4 firefighters available during the 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift, even when staff are off sick, on leave, or vacation, so emergency responses are not further delayed or impacted. The price increase of fuel and supplies and equipment has also had an impact on fire departments, and we hope to keep ahead of the increase in costs as we look forward to 2023. In 2023, Holyrood Fire Department hopes to complete work on our new training grounds located on Liam Hickey Drive and establish a proper training area and facility for members to complete hands-on live fire training, including search and rescue techniques and much more. Holyrood Fire Department currently is still in need of a rescue vehicle due to the previous rescue coming out of service in 2020 and hopes to see progress on this much-needed vehicle in 2023. The residents and public that reside within the Holyrood Fire Department's response district should be extremely proud and confident in the well-trained, dedicated, and professional firefighters protecting their property and family every day. Council is fully aware that there remains areas of need in our fire department. We have made tremendous improvements in the service delivery capabilities of the department, and we continue to look for ways to improving further during 2023. Council commits to continue working with the fire department to find creative ways of funding to reach their goals. The Town of Holyrood has an excellent working relationship with various government departments and funding agencies. Together, we will work closely with all levels of government to provide sound and prudent governance to our residents. Council will continue to honor its commitments to federal and provincial annual debt and multi-year capital work payments, as well as our responsibility to gas tax and the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program, ICIP. Council members promote sound fiscal management with every financial transaction. The Corporate Services and Administration Committee review all financial transactions and provide the required fiscal advice. We continuously evaluate our ability to continue our vision for Holyrood in the most prudent way possible. We are extremely proud that we have confidence in moving forward with determination and assurance that we can make improvements that will positively affect the lives of our residents. In 2023, we will continue to assist our residents by providing a payment plan where residents can pay taxes over an 8-month period with post-dated checks without interest. Seniors receiving the Guaranteed Income Supplement can apply to receive a 20% discount on property tax. Residents with a combined household salary of less than $30,000 are eligible for a 20% discount as well. While the rate increases in this budget are not what Council would have liked to present tonight, they are the hard realities created by the economic condition of the world we live in. The town has not had a rate increase since 2016, but due to increased costs of supplies, fuel, energy, and all other components of running the town, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, we are left with no choice. The easiest thing to do would be do nothing and be popular. The hardest thing to do is do right and ensure that we continue the path of success and sustainability. Tonight, the component of our balanced budget generates a revenue and expenditure value of $4,434,502.90. The area of general government enables the town to engage qualified purchased and professional services, access costs associated with property assessment services, after-hour services, legal, consulting, surveying, and engineering experts, as well as supplies and general maintenance. The town has included a budget contribution for public relations in this category. This allows the town to provide funding to the breakfast program and other events at Holy Cross Elementary and Roncalli Central High School. It also includes support for the Holyrood Public Library, Marina Golden Age Seniors Club, the Quilters, and Cloudberries. These areas of the budget provide support to the community and the groups that are continuously looking to engage our residents. Budget 2023 identifies an amount of $907,285.26 for general government. Protective Services is tasked with the safety and well-being of all residents. The Holyrood Fire Department has had a remarkable growth period under Fire Chief's leadership. The emphasis on training and certification as well as emergency preparedness has expanded the professionalism of their unit. Residents can feel confident in the department's ability and their dedication to the cause. Protective Services in 2023 budget requires a commitment of $556,981.84. Transportation Services enables the Town of Holyrood to provide reliable, essential services to residents using the latest techniques. The department is structured to provide core municipal services to the residents by applying best practices to all aspects of its operation in areas of water, sewer, roads, streetlights, and building maintenance. This budget area makes use of the multi-year capital works, gas tax, and ISIP programs to enable us to make improvements and provide services. In achieving our goals within this program, the town is required to contribute from their annual budget. Transportation services requires a commitment of $1,167,959.74 from the 2023 budget. Environmental health is the leading discussion across Canada and the world as we struggle to deal with huge issues such as climate change, safe drinking water, and wastewater. In this category, Council has identified a budget of $383,797 for 2023. The Department of Planning and Development is responsible for overseeing development applications, administering land use and zoning regulations, monitoring, implementing, and amending the town plan. It is this department which hosts the Business and Development Marketing Committee to ensure continued value services and the opportunity for new additional service growth in the future. The Business Development and Marketing Committee creates funding opportunities across various departments. This category of the budget allows for tourism development, such as the boardwalk improvements, Phase 1 in 2022, and Phase 2 projected to start in 2023. Improvements in trail development and proper tourism signage are also components being considered in this budget area. The budget will be leveraged towards government funding to realize full development. This budget area requires $217,594.22 of the 2023 budget. The recreation component of Holyrood's offerings is structured to improve Holyrood's competitive edge in providing community-based recreation programs and community events for residents and visitors of all ages. The department is well known for its eye to detail in planning events and answering the needs and wants of residents as they take part in the activity that appeals to their interest. Our events are well planned, well executed, with a hint of surprise and an air of excitement. Our recreation infrastructure is growing and is becoming more widespread. Engagement from residents and the general public is increasing. The challenge for us as council is how do we continue to grow that aspect of our town and make it even more extensive. Recreation requires $216,871 of budget 2023. As with all good financial planning, it is extremely important for council to identify all sources of revenue to complement the funds we receive through the ordinary methods of doing business. We appreciate the attention of our taxpayers to submitting their taxes in a timely, efficient manner. These things don't go unnoticed and are truly respected by your council and our staff. Council continuously and faithfully works to find funding opportunities, and the Town of Holyrood has been very fortunate to receive funding to assist with initiatives across many departments. We could never achieve the improvements we are seeing in infrastructure without cost-sharing arrangements with government. Keeping our end of that partnership requires a commitment to ensure we have our portion of the funding arrangement, and this is our fiscal responsibility. Fiscal services component of budget 2023 is $984,013.84. Revenue is an extremely important component of our budget process. The revenue must be clearly identified, must be realistic in achieving. We must be confident that revenue is solid for the town and creates a realistic budget. The 2023 revenue evolves from the following areas within the town. Taxes, including residential, business property, and water sewer, $3,786,000. $784,050.01. Sales of goods and services, $230,000. Revenue from all other sources totals $158,717.89. Government transfers, including gas tax, both federal and provincial, as well as the municipal operating grants, totals $261,735, which in total provides a budget of $4,434,502.90. My council colleagues, residents, and friends, these are difficult times in our province. The cost of living, as well as the cost of all goods and services, are rising. Recognizing these difficulties, Council has had to make the hard decision in presenting a budget with tax increases. But they are necessary. We believe they are fair, and they will allow us to provide every resident with the services and programs they have come to expect. Your council will continue to work diligently to improve Holyrood for the residents and business community. As we engage in our strategic plan and operational review, our goal will be to look to best practices to see how we can do things more effectively and more efficiently. The strategic plan will lay a blueprint for the next 5 years, and the operational review will help guide us on how to get it done in the most effective and efficient way possible. Together, we can move Holyrood forward in a way that we all envision. Despite the negative aspects of the cost of goods and services, we are seeing great opportunities translate into actual growth and development here in Holyrood. We are seeing new interest in our business sector, which is energizing other areas to new heights. Our future depends on us. We need to be the leaders you expected us to be, and this budget is a single component which will get us to where we want our town to be. Please accept my humble but sincere thank you to all my colleagues for their relentless work on arriving at this budget and their continued hard work on behalf of residents. I also want to recognize management and public works staff for their dedication to the well-being of our town. Their work is often taken for granted, but the efforts they put forth on behalf of us, the elected officials, is very sincere and very well executed. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Councillor Crawley. And motion, please.
Sorry, I thought I was done.
Not so quick.
Okay, sorry. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood, in accordance with the Municipalities Act, Sections 75 to 79, adopt the 2023 budget with operating revenues and expenditures totaling $4,434,502.90. So moved.
Okay, moved by Councillor Crawley. Could I have a seconder, please? Seconded by Deputy Mayor Woodford. So now we will get into any discussion, any questions or comments on the budget. So Councillor Crawley, you made the motion, so you have the first opportunity to speak to the budget.
You're not tired of hearing my voice yet?
Never.
I guess I can sit down for this. It was a very, very difficult process. It was hard fought. We looked at umpteen different ways of doing this, and ultimately we need some source of revenue to combat all the work that needs to go into infrastructure, public works, recreation, and everything else we see fit for a town and that everyone expects. So even though it is super difficult, and I really did not in the beginning want to raise taxes, I felt like this was the only way we could provide a sensible source of revenue. And as it hasn't been raised in so long, we don't have that back revenue to support everything we've been doing. We scraped by, we scrimped, we pulled forces, we cut, we did it all over the last 2 years, and I'm happy with what we have. Not happy that we have to raise taxes, but happy with how we've done it and presented it, and I'm pleased with this budget.
Thank you very much. I'm going to add some comments next, and then I will go around the table. Okay? Okay, before I express my comments on the 2023 budget, I want to take this opportunity to thank my council colleagues and staff for your sincere opinions, input, and advice as part of this deliberation process. I will keep my comments brief, as I don't need to reiterate Councillor Crowley's budget speech, which was well explained and articulated. I will, however, concentrate my message on a broader scope. Over the past few days, I've been giving much thought on how to respond to the proposed budget, so I felt the best approach was to be direct, forthright, and to the point. This is my 23rd Town of Holyrood budget in which I was part of, and I can honestly say was the most challenging and difficult. And I dealt with many challenging budgets during those years. We all recognize that much has changed within our economy over the past year, which nobody could predict would creep up on us so fast and severe. High inflation rates, rising interest rates, and soaring prices on gas, food, and home heating fuel. Clearly, it became a perfect storm, which is having a negative financial impact on seniors, low-income families, single parents, and families with mortgages. Beyond any doubt, we are all going through strenuous times. We were all sensitive and recognized this during the budgetary process. As a town, we are also not immune to this financial impact, resulting in our expenditures increasing considerably as well. With that said, despite the uncertainty of how the provincial and federal economy will unfold in the future, we as a council have a responsibility to provide our residents with safe, reliable, and effective services as we weather this fiscal storm. This is not a time to make popular political decisions, but responsible decisions that have to be made during these financially difficult times. Failure to do that will actually be irresponsible on our part and could possibly jeopardize the essential level of services in which residents expect. During the budget process, each department committee went through their budgets line by line to shave and cut where we possibly could. Despite that exhaustive effort, we still fell short, simply because of rising prices and the cost of maintaining and improving essential infrastructure and services. It's the reality we're facing during these unprecedented times, which most municipalities across the province are also enduring. I think it's important to note that since becoming mayor back in 2009, 13 years ago, we never increased the mill rate on residential or business property. In fact, in 2013, we actually decreased the mill rate by 1 full mill to help offset the higher assessments which were conducted by the Provincial Municipal Assessment Agency, a mandatory requirement for municipalities. Many towns across the province only reduced the rate by 0.25 or 0.5. Again, we reduced the mill rate by 1 full mill. With that said, again, our council sincerely understands and recognizes the financial challenges everyone is enduring during these difficult times. And after a long and exhaustive budget process, we feel a moderate adjustment in taxes right across the board is the fairest way to allow our town to function in a manner in which residents expect. Again, due to these unprecedented financial times in which we find ourselves, I think our budget takes a balanced approach and applied as fair as possible right across the board. Thank you very much. Okay, we will now move on to Deputy Mayor Woodford.
Good evening, everyone. I may be a little bit repetitive as well, but I think we all deserve our moment to speak tonight, don't we? Just let me first congratulate Councillor Crawley on delivering such a challenging budget. That wasn't easy to do tonight. I understand some residents may have some issues and concerns with the budget, but it's really never a good time to raise taxes, unfortunately. You know, there's many reasons why we need an increase at this time. This council needs to address the aging infrastructure in this town, the requirement for the consistent water supply, the challenges of climate change and extreme weather patterns, the increase in fire and public safety requirements, the maintenance on our roads, the continued recreational services and programs for all residents, young and old. You know, our budget tonight represents the absolute necessities. There is no bells and whistles in this budget. It reflects our back to basics, that we want to make sure that our basic services are available and functioning properly, while also ensuring the growth and development of the town. Council and staff, we've discussed, debated, we've scrutinized the figures presented from each department, and no, we all have not agreed on each and every item, and we do have some reservations. However, I do support this budget, as I feel that the information presented for discussion and debate, the reports from our directors and our CAO, the presentations and the review of all of the documentation has led me to the decision that this is our only way forward. I'm new to council since I joined council in October 2021. I can honestly say that there has never been a moment when town staff and council has not put the public interest first and foremost. It has always been the driving factor between each and every decision that's made. The past year has been extremely busy and difficult, and we've done a lot of work. We've worked together to develop a more efficient, effective, transparent, and informative process of governance. Personally, I continue to grow and learn from my interactions on my committees with our directors, our CAO, from our mayor, and certainly from my fellow councillors. While we may disagree on some points, I do honestly believe that we are all working towards the same goal of supporting our municipality and its operations while ensuring the public and municipality's well-being and interests are maintained. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. And now we'll move on to Councillor Bruce King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, fellow councillors, staff, people listening at home, and also those in the audience today. Place is full. Right. Are there good things in this budget? Absolutely. Right. Not going to argue with that one. Council, staff have spent a lot of time, put a lot of effort. We've had some very frank discussions right up until probably a couple of hours ago, right? A couple of minutes ago, right? And so, I mean, so everybody had their say, and you're absolutely right. We're not always going to be in agreement, and that's quite obvious. But when this budget is tabled tonight, regardless of the outcome, we will move forward, and we will work together as a group in the best interests of the town of the residents of Holyrood. Is there a good time to raise taxes? I would say, most people here would say, no, there's no such thing as a good time to raise taxes. Is there a bad time to raise taxes? I would say, yes. And I would also say that I firmly believe 2023 is a bad time to raise taxes. And here are some of my personal reasons, okay? And first of all, COVID. COVID is still alive and well here in the province. People are still being affected. The economy is still being affected. I can vouch for being as one of them. I managed to survive for 2.5 years and got it about a month ago. Okay? The other one, comments on social media. If we think back to December 7th, and I mentioned it to everybody, with regards to the staff at the free pantry. And the lady made the comments that, you know, if you fill these pantries up every single day, people would be down there every single day, all right? And I know for a fact, because there's one down where I live, people are even calling the staff at the pantry because they want to know when everything is going to be stocked up. And I see these people, and there's a gentleman there. He's there on a very regular basis, and you know by the look of him, he doesn't have a hell of a lot of money. Okay? And the lady did make the comment also on her post is, you know, the people that are most affected by the economy and everything else, and the people that are using the food bank. And these people are seniors, and we do have quite a few seniors here in Holyrood. Okay? Single-parent families, which are still quite a few of them, and low-income families. These groups of people are regular users of the food bank. They're regular users of the free pantry. Okay? I'll refer to the question of the day on December 7th at VOCM, where they made the comment that there is a prediction that in 2023, the cost of groceries will go up by 7%. And I know the mayor and I know other people have discussed the fact you just don't live on groceries alone, right? You still have to buy gas. You still have to buy other things. You still have to pay insurance. For example, there's a very good possibility to come on the 7th of April in 2023, the HST will go back on insurance, right? Especially personal insurance. Okay? The interest rates are going up and they're climbing, and there's a prediction that they will go up again in 2023. So unless you have a fixed mortgage, for example, and you have a floating mortgage, there's a very good chance that you're going to be paying a lot more for your mortgage. Okay? The other thing that's coming up in 1st of July, what a great day to have at Canada Day, is the carbon tax. That's going to have a negative effect on everybody in this room and everybody that breathes oxygen. Okay? Okay? And I know there was comments made about people get the GIS, the Guaranteed Income Supplement. These people are already getting the Guaranteed Income Supplement, and they still have to go to the food bank. So this is not going to do them really much good. Okay? There was a story on NTV on December 18th, and there was a lady there from the Bridges of Hope. Okay? And she made the comment as well that now 2 income families are going to the food bank. So it's no longer seniors. There's no longer single parents. There's no longer, you know, low income. You have people with 2 incomes, and these people are going to the food bank. Then we get into what they refer to, and I'm sure probably a lot of people here know, the term tax-free day. And for those that don't know what tax-free day is, and I'll refer to 2022, because that was the latest survey. Tax-free day is if you take every cent that you make on January 1st and you pay your federal, your provincial, and your municipal taxes, you will have to go all the way to June 22nd before you put any money at all in your pocket. Okay? That's a long, and they predict now within the next year or 2 years, 50% of what you make will go to taxes. Okay? Because right now the average family in Newfoundland will pay approximately 46% in income tax, various types of taxes. Okay? So if you have 2 people in a family, for example, making $110,502, you will pay an estimate for $51,865 in total taxes. This information is not from me, this is from the Fraser Institute, which is a very credible organization. Okay? We need to change the focus to asking taxpayers for the money that we need and not the money that we want. Okay? Council and town staff must share the burden along with residents. If we are going to ask them to pay more, then we should take less, lead by example. And I know we already, with regards to the operational review, hopefully when this operational review starts in the new year, that residents will get out and make their voices heard. And if you have something to say, when they do the consultations, people should get out and speak. And I strongly encourage all residents to participate and have your say. All residents need to become more involved in what goes on in this room. And it's unfortunate tonight that there's only one person from the town out of a population of 2,500 that's here. It's unfortunate. Our expectations have to be in line with our population and our tax base. These include residents and council. We are a town of 2,500 people, and that's it. We have to live. It's no different than our budget at home. We have to live within our means. Okay? And for these reasons that I've stated, I cannot support the 2023 budget with the proposed income tax or the taxes on the residents' Holyrood. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bruce King. And now we'll move on to Councillor Buckle.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to Councillor Crowley on delivering the budget speech. The budget was well detailed. It was, well put together and showed people, our residents, of how much work we put into coming up with a budget. There was many meetings. We looked at everything, things that we needed, things that we didn't need right now. We cut those. We worked with directors and departments. We went through line by line, as our fellow councillors have indicated. There was a lot of time and effort went into the budget. Our staff done a lot of work behind the scenes, but at the end of it, we come in and we made some decisions, and there was a lot of things that we took out that we would like to have, but we didn't really need in this budget. We knew that the rising cost of fuel, and when you get a rising cost of fuel, it goes across every department, and it means not only the fuel, it's product, material. There's a cost, and we had to absorb that cost. We're looking at, aging infrastructure, as is indicated here. We're going to put some money into our water system. Upgrades our water system, and we're very fortunate. This town is very fortunate that we do get a lot of government funding through grants to help offset the cost. Because if we never had this offset from the grants and reaching to the government agencies for cost shared projects, we wouldn't, there'd be a lot more. We'd be looking for a lot more money if we went to, our water system was one. We got a new soccer field, but there was cost shared project, but we're also building our recreation here in the town. And then when we get new facilities in town, there's maintenance and responsibilities of keeping up these facilities. And, this year we had a great soccer program in here in Holyrood, in our recreation, great numbers, great, turnout, and, it was great feedback. We also had the four good festivals last year with a good turnout of people after COVID and trying to get people back out in the community. So it was great turnout. In all those festivals and activities, there's a lot of work behind the scenes through our public works and our staff to get those programs off the ground and running. I think we got a great recreation program. I think we got a great public works department. We're making some good changes there, as indicated, new snow clearing equipment, We're at the point now where we got to move forward. We got to upgrade. A couple of years ago, we got rid of an older loader and we bought a newer one. Instead of throwing good money after bad money, we upgraded, which is, is key here. We got great snow clearing in our town. And as Councillor, our Deputy Mayor Woodford said, climate change and runoff and culvert and flooding, we're looking at that. We're looking at ditches. We got a great bit of work being done in public works, and public works is probably one of the biggest part of our budget, as you can see here tonight. And without us doing work, how can we, the infrastructure, new infrastructure, old infrastructure, and keeping up and, moving forward, you need money. And you know, what I mean, the raising costs is, you know, what I mean, yes, it's a hard time probably financially, but you know, what I mean, we as a council have to run the day-to-day operations of this town, and we did need an increase here tonight. I mean, it was a half mil and mill on some businesses and some other fee changes. But you know, what I mean, we have to do what is right for us to run the town. I think that's what we're doing here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councillor Buckle. And now we'll move on to Councillor Sadie King. There we go.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Sadie,
Thank you. I say good evening, everyone, and thank you, Councillor Crowley. A great balanced budget. But with regard to the budget this evening, I want to say, first of all, I will support the budget because there's a lot of good things in it. But I do have a lot of reservations about this budget. Even though we have increased our mill rate by 0.5 and have increased fees, I feel it's not going to cover off our expenses in 2023. We all know times are difficult and some people are finding it hard to make ends meet as food, gas, heating costs, etc. have gone to the roof. But we have to realize as costs increase for us, it also increased for this town. For the past few years, we have been operating on a shoestring budget, and it will be no different this year, even with an increase in taxes. We still try to give our residents the best possible services, but we do not know what emergencies can come up. Water leaks, flooding, block culverts. Culverts have to be replaced, ditching, and we need to be prepared for these. And I'm wondering, are we going to be prepared? Our water and sewer system is in the ground over 50 years. And so we can expect problems there just as we had this year. We need to start replacing infrastructure in parts of the town and be proactive instead of reactive. In this budget, we have identified funds to continue providing a safe and reliable water supply. This is a plus for all our residents, as we have experienced many problems over the years with our water system. We have also put money into a new truck and plow for snow clearing. That's a necessity. With regard to the other departments, such as recreation, economic development, the fire department, etc., they will have a level of funding that we hope will be sufficient to meet their needs. I want at this time to thank the staff and my fellow councillors who have worked so long and so hard in preparing this balanced budget. My only hope is that it will get us through 2023 without a major shortfall. Thank you.
thank you very much, Councillor Sadie King. And now we'll move on to Councillor Windsor.
I gotta stand up, guys, to stretch out. I'm a little bit long, so it's kind of getting cooped up there.
And we'd like you to talk.
And yeah, the last word goes to the best dressed, I guess. You know, and going last is like, it's got some pros and cons. You get the last word, but you're also a very tough act to follow. And I think that every single one of you made some really, really good points. You know, and this was a very challenging budgetary process. And like my colleagues, I want to thank Councillor Crawley, did a great job delivering that. And the staff did a good job in providing us the information when we asked questions and challenged different line items. Timing sucks. It's absolutely terrible, right? You know, I will say that, you know, I have a lot of reservations about the budget as well as some of you. But it's been a long time since taxes were increased, some 7 years. And it was noted by others that, you know, in the past, the taxes were actually higher. And we have to look at other towns and benchmark against that. But, you know, for me, like, and Councillor King made some excellent points too, on just the overall level of taxation that we all experience, you know, provincially and federally, and it, you know, make you sick at times, right? But for me, as Chair of Public Works and Infrastructure, really looking at through that lens with my colleague, Councillor Sadie King, you know, and line by line, we reviewed with the department director the costs incurred last year, and every single item was exceeded in our budget from last year. Fuel, paint, wood, tires, brakes, pipes, valves, I could go on. Like every single thing was more expensive than we thought, right? And we challenged the nice to have things, right? You guys know it, like I'm a nuts and bolts type of person, and basic services and water and sewer and roads, right? And cut out all the fluff, right? That's my viewpoint on a lot of stuff here municipally, right? But infrastructure and public works consumes the largest percentage of the budget, and all of that is necessary, right? And there's a certain level of expectation of service in the town. And, you know, we're trying to live up to those expectations, but maybe at the same time we need to manage those expectations, both externally and internally. Maybe there's some expectations to be managed. You know, the work, I think, got to continue. You know, that's that cost discipline, I think, that we all need exercise in our ongoing committee work. Councillor King noted a very important piece of work starting in January, which is the operational organizational review and strategic planning process. I think that's very important, and it's important that everyone get involved in that, so we can hear what you want, need, and what we must have, and what you can't have, and what we continue doing, and what we need to stop doing, right? That work will continue. There are other things that we can look at, and I think that, you know, no stone should go unturned, but we also have to be respectful of the fact that there are existing agreements and contracts in place, and we need to navigate that in the right way. That's not saying that we can't address those matters, but they need to be addressed in the right way. I think that was pretty much all I wanted to say. I will support the budget, but I do have reservations. We did not agree on all line items, and we probably never will, and that's okay. But we do it in a respectful way, in debate, and some give and take, right? I think that the important thing to recognize is that we tried to strike the right balance by spreading the load in the most equitable manner we thought possible, given the trying circumstances, and commit to each other and the residents that we continue to find opportunities for savings and continue to improve. All right, and that's all I have to say. And you know, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, Councillor Windsor. Councillor Crowley, you made the motion, so you gets to close the debate. Would you like to make any comments?
Honestly, no. Thank you.
Okay.
I respect all the opinions.
Just following the procedure.
You might have followed tonight, but I support the budget.
Okay. All right, the motion has been moved and seconded, discussed and debated. All those in favor, raise your hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the motion. Those against, 1 against. The motion is carried.
But I'm not finished. Okay. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood, in accordance with Municipalities Act, Sections 75 to 79, adopt the attached 2023 schedule of taxes, rates, and fees to take effect January 1st, 2023. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Crowley. Could I have a seconder, please? Seconded by Councillor Sadie King. Further discussion?
This will be published. It will be made public. So
All
we-
that-
we have it attached, but
Yeah.
everyone else will see it.
Okay, if there's no further discussion, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in favor. Those against? 1 against. The motion is carried.
That completes my portion of tonight's entertainment.
Thank you very much. And that concludes the budget meeting tonight. So I just want to take this opportunity to wish all my colleagues around the table very safe, enjoyable, and peaceful Christmas. Do relax. We've had a very busy few months. As articulated here by many, it was very challenging, a very exhaustive process. And so now it's time to just relax and enjoy the holidays with family and friends. Stay safe. And again, and also to our staff, we certainly wish them a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much for the hard work over the past couple of months in assisting and in guiding us in bringing us to this point tonight. And to all of our residents at home, I want to wish them as well a very safe and enjoyable Christmas season. So on that note, could I have a motion to adjourn, please? Moved by Councillor Buckle, seconded by Deputy Mayor. All those in favor? Those against? Meeting is adjourned.